Good day, everyone. Welcome on into the March Mascot Madness hype stream. That's not actually a stream, but it is a video here on youtube.com/SeannosaurusRex. My name is Sean, and this March on youtube.com/SeannosaurusRex, starting March 3rd, you can watch a bunch of mascots play basketball inside of NCAA March Madness 2005. This was the original concept of what I wanted to do when I started streaming, was stuff like this. I love both like long form content and like a multi-part series type of content. And I also love special events. This is kind of everything that I enjoy. Silly old video game concept that's like kind of on the longer side, but you could jump in randomly. You don't need to know everything. Like, it's a beautiful amalgamation, in my opinion, and I have a lot of fun doing it. Haven't done it in a couple of years. Wanted to bring it back this year because I thought, it's time. Just bring it back. Have fun. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this once a year. I think the problem was that I ended up kind of burning myself out a little bit. I did 2 of them a year for a couple of years. Bad plan. Bad plan. So we'll just do it in March. But you still have time. You have time to fill out a bracket. And here's the good news. If you're watching this specific particular video, you get to know that you have an extra 24 hours to fill out a bracket. The deadline's been March 29th at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Pretty much the whole run that I've been doing this. However, some schedule changing on the back end means that I am recording the video a full 24 hours later on March 1st. So you have time to fill out your bracket. And please be sure to make sure that your bracket is completely filled out. I have one prediction that isn't complete. So I need to try and get in contact with them and let them know, hey, you got to make sure that all 64 are filled out. Be sure to pick a champion. Pick a champion, please. You should have 63 predictions. Like, somebody has 62, so I don't think they complete. Like, they picked a champion and didn't save it. Whatever it is, I'll hopefully get a hold of them because I know who they are. So that's the good news. I will be. That's the good news. You have 24 hours, an extra 24 hours gifted to you by my schedule changing to fill out a bracket. Now, what the hype stream that we're doing today is a little sampling, a taste test, if you will, of March Mascot Madness. We're going to watch a hand-picked selection of games. We're going to see 2 teams from each region in action playing against each other. So you have you have 2 teams from basically divided into 4. It's like the 1 through 8 games, the 2 through, or the whatever, 1 through 8, 9 through 16, 17 through 24, and 25 through 32. I've taken 2 teams from each of them, and I've put them against teams from the opposite half of the bracket because those have the lowest probability of seeing a rematch later on in the tournament. They would have to get to the final 4 finals, 3rd place game. It's way deep in there, right? So, with that being said, I have picked some teams we're going to look at. We're going to watch them play basketball. Normally, these videos run about 2 hours long. I'm going to cut it in half. We're going to watch 5-minute chunks or 5-minute halves of games, and that is going to be our video. In between, I'll run through the mascot matchups. So if you have not filled out a bracket, but you also want to watch some games, you can do that. We're going to do this in where it's going to be a palindrome. So we're going to watch a game. We're going to do a bracket chunk, the first chunk of it. We're going to watch a second game. We'll do the second chunk and the third chunk. We'll watch a game. We'll do the 4th chunk, and then we will watch a final game. Today's matchups are, and these are not in the thing. I want to be very clear about that. These are not happening, but I do like them. These are kind of the fan favorites. They're teams that I like. They're teams that other people seem to enjoy. So it's that hand-picked fan favorite sort of thing. You saw the thumbnail. It's like an orange battling an elephant. That's the kind of stuff that we are looking for today. Our first matchup is going to be this Ohio Bobcat, and they are going to be taking on the Memphis Tigers. That is matchup number 1. Little green versus blue. These teams, they'll actually be flipped. Will be in Ohio for this game. We will also check out Minnesota, which is a mascot that I quite enjoy, taking on hometown pick, my pick. Actually, technically not hometown pick because Gonzaga's here in this game, but they don't exist. Also, shout out to Weber State over here. They'll be taking on the Cougars. That'll be in Pullman. So we'll get that get that game. That'll be game number 2. Then we will see the thumbnail matchup, which will be Syracuse and Alabama, which has been sitting on the screen there for a little bit, so you already know what that looks like. And last but not least, we will throw in a little Wisconsin action here. And they will be playing the Oregon Ducks. Where are the Oregon Ducks? They're in the O section, Sean. There are the Oregon Ducks. So those are your 4 matchups, including the one that I had at the start of the video. Syracuse taking on Alabama. That's game number 3. So without further ado, let me actually make sure that the settings are correct, because I did not do that. Nothing says professional streamer or recorder, content creator. Options. Rules. Fallout 5. Okay, that's not what we're looking for. Preferences. Washington State, Dolby Surround. I do have all of the commentary turned off. I will be your commentator. Gameplay settings? Oh, good God. CPU sliders, global sliders, in-game settings? Do you pick it in the thing? Am I a silly goose? We'll flip over to... This will be kind of the setup. We'll have this in full frame over here. We'll have me down in the corner. And then above me, I'll actually make a list. I'll have the list of the games that are being played today. Or during that portion of the tournament. So if you are curious about that, you can see. I thought about like trying to update it like in time, but I was like, that's a bad idea. I don't want to practice. I don't need to practice. Mascot game. We are going to watch Ohio. The Bobcats. They are taking on Memphis. The Tigers. Bobcats. Okay. Great. Forward. Okay, here we go. We're going to go 5 minutes. I think baseline low is the way to do it. We'll go press box. Yeah, we'll go press box. We'll see. We'll throw it on All American, and we will jump into the game. Thanks so much for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoy it. We're gonna have a good time. There'll be shorter games when we do the regular tournament. It'll be 10-minute halves, so it'll be about 30 minutes per game, and you'll have about 4-hour videos ish. It kind of varies. So look forward to that. It's me commentating stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun. I really enjoy doing these. And we get to watch Tony the Tiger fight a Bobcat here as we get game number 1 underway. I wonder if you can randomize the names. I might have to look into that. We're back in NCAA March Madness 2005. This one was the one that we did the first one in. It has some kind of overpowered plays right there. The defense didn't run that super well. And you'll notice as we move along, this camera might be a little too far back. Feel free to comment below if you'd like to see a different camera angle. We might cycle through a couple throughout this. It's both a hype stream and like kind of a settings tester. The low post seems to be very effective, and there is a play where an offensive player will run down by the baseline and free themselves up for an easy look at a 3. Oh, nice bounce pass inside. That's just terrific positioning for the Memphis Tigers. A power dribble and a dunk. We have a 2-2 game here in Ohio. Full court press here for the Tigers, though they're looking pretty good. This does tend to be a very good defense for these tournaments. That's a nice pass there. Kicks it back out through a little bit of traffic, but finds his man. Another kind of dangerous pass. Not super accurate, but a good adjustment. Bounce pass inside to the center. Down, working on that baseline. Look out for the bandit down there. The shot is up, but short. And Memphis comes back up the floor. Through a bunch of traffic and still an offensive rebound. That is also a problem here. That animation looks nearly identical if it's a foul or if it is an out of bounds like it was right there. For whatever reason, the offensive player pushes too far under the basket, but instead of trying to wrap around, they just go straight up into the backboard. As the crowd chants and claps. A couple minutes gone here in the first half. Got to adjust. I got to tweak my brain. Shot is off. The center comes up with the rebound, throws it forward to the point guard. It's going to be weird because I'm going to end up recording in the span of, let's say, I'll record this, round 1, round 2, and then random rosters, all like in consecutive days. So the terminology is going to get a little confusing. I should also note, while I'm thinking about it, if you are curious about where you're standing, do not look at the bracket until after you have watched the second video. If you do not care about spoilers or knowing the results of the games, that's fine. You can look at it. I will give you updates as we see a 3 for Memphis, and they are off to a hot start here, 7-2. Defender was in good position, but just kind of got turned around there. And they are Memphis on a 7-0 run. Ohio got off to a good start, knocked down the easy 2. Not an easy 2 necessarily, but got out to a lead with 2-0. 2-0. Or a basket to take it to a good opportunity for me to get the flubs out of the way. There's a big 3 for Ohio to cut the lead down to 2. It was a really nice shot. If you don't, like, care about it, you're just kind of curious about the results and you're not super concerned with it. Oh, an errant throw as the Bobcats turn their defense to a full court pressure. I guess that got tipped off the hand of the Ohio Bobcat. I thought it looked like an errant pass. Almost a big turnover, but nothing doing there. You're more than welcome to look at the bracket as we see a 3 that's short. Ohio rebounds. You're welcome to look at the bracket if you don't care about that sort of stuff. If you do, please don't look at it until after Tuesday, or after part 2 goes up, which will be Monday. And then you're good to look at it between Tuesday, like the 5th, and then the 7th, about 6 p.m. Pacific time is when I'll start being in there clickety-clacking away. I will give you updates at the beginning, at the middle, and at the end of the tournament, so you'll know kind of where you're sitting as the tournament goes on. It'll be easier to kind of pick who has what. You know, like, hey, this is a big thing. I should, while I'm thinking about it, I should also make a note to make a what's it called? I should pick who has. I should look at the Final Fours. Did he not go over and back? Because those are the big ones to pay attention to, are the Final Four contenders. So, currently 3, so it's weird. There's one bracket that's not complete. And that is a beautiful move and a nice dunk. The missed free throw comes back to bite him. And the Ohio Bobcats take a lead for the first time since it was 2-0. 1 minute to go here in the first half, and it's an errant throw into an interception at mid-court. A little too aggressive there for Memphis' offense. The center, nice pass, but a better block off the... Oh my goodness, off the backboard. Absolutely clobbered that attempt at a basket. And Memphis has the ball, spins around, throws it. It's errant and tipped and picked. There we go. It's a fast break. That's the term. He's gonna... He might get the foul and 1 there. Oh, they do not. Instead, it is an Ohio 9-1 scoring run. Another turnover. This full court press is deadly in these games. Setter pretty far out from the basket there. Kicks to the forward. A little short on the shot. Memphis can hold for the final basket should they so choose. It's been a turnover-happy Memphis offense. They get it into the center, who I think had the three-point specialty logo. Everyone on Memphis is a three-point specialist. It comes up to... Or it comes... Turns out it helps them, and they're just going to hold the ball and run the clock out. 11-11. Good game here so far. If you're curious, I do have a couple playlists up on the channel. One of them is every March Mascot Madness tournament, and one of them is every the entire best of, which I actually need to go back and find some of the best of for the most recent tournament that went up a couple years ago. Maybe I can throw those up. I'll probably end up... I don't know what to do with those. I'll find a way to use them, I'm sure. Because ideally what I would do is, what I would usually do is I would make 5 videos and then put them up the 5 Fridays, or in this case probably would have been the 5 Sundays before, as we see a defensive foul. Memphis will go to the line to shoot 2. Second personal foul there. Ohio took the lead 13-12. But Memphis on the line for 2. I like this camera angle, personally. It's a little high up, but it does a nice job zooming in once it gets past half court. What I should do, though, yeah, but what I would usually do is I would put up 5 videos, best of videos, to try and drum up some interest. And there's some of the more viewed videos on the channel. Another defensive foul here. Ohio will go to the line to shoot 2. So I probably should do more of that, but I don't remember a darn thing that happened. So I would do a, theoretically, if we're kind of looking forward here, it'd be March 2nd. It's actually 5 Sundays and Mondays. Should the schedule stay the same. I don't see why it wouldn't, but there's a nice 3. Looked like a good 3, maybe off a fingertip. But Ohio comes away with a loose ball. A little bit of a cluster where number 23 has it. Trying to work his way around, but good defense by the Memphis Tigers. It's a float pass. That pass looks so dangerous. Every time it happens, you're like, is that going to be a turnover? Tries to shoot it between 2 defenders. It gets blocked. They can't get the loose ball. Ohio comes up with it and somehow drains this shot. I'm sure that's exactly how the offense drew it up. Ohio looking for another turnover here. You can see that animation where they try to go for the ball swipe. It's a bit of a long animation. It seems like the offense should be able to get around it pretty easily. There's the 2 quick passes inside. Usually it's good for 2. This time it's out of bounds. I thought it was a foul on the shot. Instead, it's a turnover on the baseline Bandit. They'll be making their return as this tournament comes back. There's the play we're talking about. Shooting guard number 1 knocks it down wide open. That play is so effective in this game. It's 2 quick passes inside. That's a terrible, aggressive, that's right. It's a terrible, aggressive play there by Memphis, and they are just giving this game to the Ohio Bobcats. Maybe take notes if you haven't filled out a bracket yet. Memphis, are they good? Maybe not. Ohio? It's too much aggression trying to get up the floor, and the defense isn't in position to get back in position as they're up the floor. There's that double bounce. That's that 2 quick passes. You're looking inside for that easy 2, but instead it was an out of bounds previously. And it was a missed shot that time. Ohio able to get through. Memphis will take a timeout. But yeah, what I was saying though, it'd be like 5 videos that would start probably early February, late January, early February, and then that would lead in once a week. You'd be able to watch a great game from the tournament. Oh, slipped on the floor there. And it would lead into the Mascot tournament. I didn't have the ability, or I didn't really think about it this year. Probably could have figured out a way to get it taken care of. I also would have to. I'd have to go find the footage. That's a whole mess. I do enjoy making those videos, mainly because I get to reuse footage I've already shot, and it's five slots that I don't have to fill. Ohio is running away with this one. Memphis needs... I mean, obviously they should have cut the lead down far sooner. I don't think you want to see the defensive foul right there. I don't know if that was intentional or if it was just... Oh, there it is. I think it was just a shot at a steal. That's what you're looking for. I don't think you could really do a whole lot. Oh, you had to have the shot there, and it got blocked. I'm surprised the center either needed to take 2 steps back and go for the 3 or jam it home with authority, and he did neither. He shot it right in the middle of the paint, and then it got blocked. And Ohio might just be kind of winding some clock down here. It is a long shot clock, I believe 35 seconds. Memphis comes up with another steal. And when I do the commentary for the regular games, I will be more focused. There you go. Maybe I'll put up some of the old videos. I guess I could do like the 5 best at the beginning of the year. Ooh, 6 consecutive missed shots. They finally get a putback on the offensive rebound. He beat out 3. All the way back to December 29th. We got 3 Bobcats for that. Another turnover for Memphis. They needed these defensive to, oh my goodness. The defense to offense is just not working. It's awful. So 24-15, your final here, and we will take a look at the first 8 matchups you'll be able to see this Sunday. So thankfully, this is one of the games where you look at it and you go, it's a good thing we did 5-minute halves. It's a really good thing. There's always going to be games like that. There's always going to be duds. But we do get some truly fantastic finishes. I don't know how long that those videos would be total. I thought about just kind of running a marathon on Twitch. But it'd be nice if... It's a thing where it's like, if I could do it, but like splice in the bracket stuff throughout. But then that's like kind of boring and it's too long. I'd have to record a separate video. It's a whole shebang. All right. So that concludes our first game. Ohio was down big in that and then just completely obliterated them in the final 2 minutes of the first half and the entire second half. Memphis had some nice defensive plays, but they just could not turn it on offensively on the other side. We will get to our second game in a moment, which is going to be in Washington. It'll be in Pullman, I should say. It'll be Minnesota taking on Washington State. But before that, and that's actually kind of convenient, we'll take a look at the first 8 matchups. Again, you'll be able to see this Sunday, March 3rd. It'll go up 7 a.m. Pacific time. Hopefully you're there to watch it. I would appreciate it. So let's jump in. First matchup is going to be the Apple Cup. It's going to be Washington taking on Washington State. Right there. Washington State, I don't believe, has ever actually won a tournament game. So keep that in mind. Then we're going to go LSU taking on Duke, the Blue Devils. That'll be game number 2. Then we have probably one of the funnier looking matchups that we have, and that is going to be the Dayton Flyers. And they will be taking on the Memphis Tigers that we just watched. There they are. That's some thumbnail. That's a thumbnail matchup if I've ever seen one. Then we'll be going to Ball State for the Cardinals, and they will be playing, that's right, the Georgia Bulldogs. Ugga. Dog versus bird. Who will win? Then we're going to go to Miami. And they will be hosting Biggity Buck Bumble. I forgot where I was going because I was too busy making a reference to a 90s video game. Miami, and it's Mr. Buck Bumble himself. Georgia Tech, the Yellow Jackets. Next up, we're going to go see potentially naked. So get excited for that, folks. Yep, there he is. Jonathan, the Yukon Husky. He will be hosting the only, I shouldn't say the only, but one of the few humanoid mascots. I am not the biggest fan of humanoid mascots, but Michigan State Spartans, the Michigan State Spartan, is the exception to the rule. It is a human mascot. It's fantastic. I'm a big fan of it. That'll be matchup number 6. Pittsburgh is going to be taking on Penn State, the Nittany Lions. And I think this one's kind of weird. Yep, sure is. It has the weird thing. It's like the mask should go under, but it doesn't. It's odd, kind of horrifying. And I realize now that I probably should have put Pittsburgh versus Jonathan, Connecticut. And they're just 2 naked mascots. So there's that. Every time I look at the Pit Panther mascot, I think of Mac from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia with his cat eyes. And then last but not least, to round out day number 1, we'll be in Mississippi for Mississippi State. The Bulldogs, and they will be playing, that's right, none other than the Sun Devils of Arizona State. So those are your first 8 matchups. Usually I have like more stats and more in-depth stuff, but I don't think I had that even for the previous video that I made. But there's a quick look at them. We will quickly jump into game number 2. We're going to be going to Washington State, like I said. The WSU Cougars. It's a good like run of mascots here in the W's. I like the Husky. I like the Cougars. The Weber State's something. Wisconsin. Xavier's one that I don't know if they're in the tournament. There's a couple. There's more humanoid mascots that I actually like than I realize, but Michigan State definitely stands out. I gotta find which notes I'm looking at. Minnesota. The Golden Gophers. I'm a huge fan of the Golden Gophers mascot. I like their logo as well. I love the Cougars logo because I think it's very like cleverly done. But I like the I like when the mascot is like adaptive to the sport that it's playing. After this game, we'll take a quick look at rounds 2 and 3. Round 2 will be Monday, March 4th, right here on the channel. Round 3 will be on March 10th, and then we'll do a game, and then we'll wrap it up with round 4, and then you pick the winners of the winners and all that good stuff. So here we go from the Beasley Coliseum. The Gophers win the tip, and we are underway. The Pac-10 that was the Pac-12, or was the Pac-10 that's now the, or that was then the Pac-12 that's now the Pac-2. It's a big old mess, a deflection, trying to go over the cross court. Oh, that glitches. Okay, all right, they at least got out of it. Sometimes when you see the double team in that spot, it's a real big problem for the CPU. And just like that, Minnesota with a nice drive inside, drive and dive inside. Takes an early 2-0 lead. I should look and see if you can generate names, and that'll make it a little easier to call, because I haven't displayed the name. That's a tricky shot. Don't want to see that. I don't know that he even really passed the ball on that possession. Bad start for the Cougars offensively. Number 11 with a clean look, drains it, and it's a good start for the Minnesota Golden Gophers, up 4-0 early on in this one. Point guard number 12 is the actual name because they can't use actual names. Some of the later games allow you to generate names, but I can't remember if it's in this game. The shooting guard takes another shot, and then it's rebounded offensively, but then smashed away. No points for the Cougars in a couple of possessions. There's a beautiful look for 3, and the Golden Gophers are out to a touchdown lead. Which is not what you want to see if you're a Cougars fan. It is interesting. I don't believe, if I remember correctly, and I could be wrong, the Washington State Cougars, while they have never won a game, they always play the Apple Cup. That's always our kickoff matchup, or tip-off matchup. The Huskies, I don't think, have ever advanced past round 2. I don't think that's true. So the Cougars would be 0-5 because we've done 5 tournaments. This will be number 6. And then the Huskies would be 5-5, advancing to the round of 32 every time, but never past it. Nice steal for the Golden Gophers. Good defense by the Cougars to force the tough shot and the miss. A lot of Cougars up in that corner of that court. There's still a lot of Cougars and Cougars and Golden Gophers. It's stripped away and knocked out of bounds. We're Washington State ball. It seems like the Cougars are not spacing this floor out enough. It's just like everything's crowded. Everything's on one half. As we see a nice 3 there from Washington State. That is 7-6 now. Minnesota got out to a very quick lead, but it's been a couple good possessions, both offensively and defensively, for this Washington State Cougars team. Float pass across the court. 31 trying to make some moves real quick there. 42 jumped in the way. Don't know if that pass was for him or not. He intercepted it either way, and kind of an isolation on this half of the court. I guess this quarter of the court. Under 5 seconds on the shot clock. Cougars with good defense, but he stepped out of bounds. The baseline bandit got him. He made an unnecessary animation as he swung back to try and get himself up the court. Stepped out of bounds. It was really good defense by the Cougars. It resulted exactly what you would want. Like it's your ball, it's a missed shot, and then just turned over. That baseline stealing possessions away from these teams. Guard number 11. Just dribbling. Nice bounce pass inside. Beautiful defense there by the Golden Gophers to block from behind. They keep their 2-point lead. You thought you were hoping the Cougars would maybe take advantage of the defensive or the missed free throw. But the block turns into a steal, turns into a fast. Nope. What's it called? Fast break. Okay, I was on the right path. I was thinking I was going to say fast break. No, or fast paced. But that didn't make any sense. Fast break though. Another nice steal by the Washington State Cougars. We saw this get the better of Memphis in that first game, but just too aggressive offensively. The Cougars score 4 unanswered, and they have their first lead of the game with 1 minute to go here in half number 1. Nice bounce pass inside. 31 looked like he just did an entire spin move, and he sure did. Knots it up at 10 as we are under a minute to go. Out of bounds. The Cougars will retain possession. I believe it's a fresh shot clock. No. Ooh, wow. Oh, I thought he did. He had it. It's up and good. That was batted by the defender and then just went right into the hands. Catch and shoot. It's a very long way down as the Minnesota Golden Gophers offense slices and dices its way through the Cougars defense. The lead is down to 1. Cougars can hold for the final shot, but the shot clock off. And a 1-point lead. Number 11 going to get a good look at a 3, but it was wonky from the start. However, a terrific offensive rebound is put back for the easy bucket. And the lead back out to 3, 15 to 12. The clock still moving from half court. Oh, off the iron, no good. So a good first half of action here in Washington State, or in Pullman, I should say. Let's go, Cougars. Oh, stolen away by Golden Gopher. I was trying to think of the name, but I don't know what it is. Nice feed inside. Defender didn't know exactly who to cover, and it was the correct read offensively. Lead down to 1. Kind of one big run by each team early as we see that deep 3 rebounded by the Golden Gophers. A little long on the shot there. We saw a good run from Minnesota to get out to a lead. We saw a couple nice baskets to get it down by 1, or the lead down to 1. So a 7-0 run, a 6-0 run. It's been fairly even since then. Cougars would outscore them by 2 points. 1-point deficit to a 2-point lead, but it's a 9-7 since it's been 7-6. 2 quick passes inside. The forward drives inside. Knocks the defender out of the way. The basket is good. And that pushes the lead back out to 3. Minute 15 gone here in half number 2. Bounce pass inside. Stolen away, or knocked away. The ball goes out of bounds, so it'll remain down here with the Minnesota Gophers. Oh, you gotta catch and shoot that, number 15. Oh, and it's stolen away. It's a terrible turn of events as Butch T. Cougar brings it up the floor. Kicks to small forward, number 22. It's batted down ferociously. And Minnesota's defense doing a good job to hold this lead to 3. Bounce pass inside off the glass, and we are down to a 1-point deficit. Totally out of position. Setting the screen. Kicks over to number 22. Floats it over the middle, and that's not a... Well, he floated it across the court, and that is where you see a lot of turnovers. Those cross-court passes get picked off like that, and they take that all the way down the floor. Pardon me. And it is a relatively easy 2. So Minnesota on a 4-0 run here. As we see, there's that play running. Well defended by Minnesota. They went for that steal again. Point guard number 12 getting a screen, trying to look for an opening. They find 11 in the corner with the 3-point specialist. Can't get it to drop. A little too strong off that left iron. And Minnesota back with the ball. 1-point lead. 2 minutes to go. Bounce pass inside. 15 up, but no good. 22 with a great defensive effort there. Got a hand up and made it a very difficult shot. Waits for the screen. Drives around. Tries to cut inside, but it's well defended. Blocked shot. Ooh, I thought they were going to go for a fast break there, but slowing it down. Looking for the open man. Center, number 42, gets the ball stolen away, and Washington State's going to call a timeout. That is an excellent use of a timeout right there. You can see, and this is a thing that you'll see a lot in this game, it is devastating on turnovers like that in close games like this. 18-17, you're looking for that turnover to get your team a little bit of rhythm. There's a wide open player to the right side. He's going to kick it back to number 5. Number 5, ooh, it looked off from the beginning, and it was. We're going quickly back to the turnover thing. Those are the things that crush teams in this game, specifically 05, is getting the ball away, and the way, I don't know what it is, like if it's the momentum or the weight's not quite right or what it is, but it is a mess where the ball gets loose, the player dives for it, and they just keep sliding. They hit out of bounds, and then it turns the ball back over. But it's a good timeout by Washington State. As soon as you get the possession, call timeout before you go out of bounds. We won't see that a lot. In fact, that might be the first time we have seen that specific sequence of events happen. More often than not, it is a devastating slide out of bounds that turns the ball back over after a really nice defensive play. Terrific job slicing and dicing through the defense. I guess that would probably be more of a ducking and weaving. Dodge, duck, dip, dive it, and dodge it. The Cougars regain the lead, 19-18. See, this is what you're looking for. This is what you want. Good close game to get people to tune in. If you are the Washington State Cougars, you cannot possibly allow that kind of offensive play to happen. You've given yourself all the time left on the clock, 26.1 seconds. But that should have been a much easier basket than it was because he ended up spinning around and doing a bunch of fancy maneuvers. They break through the full court press. See how aggressive they are. Ideally, you'd hold for the last shot, but if you have a look that's good, why not use it? That isn't it, but it is. I would argue that is not the shot that you want your guy taking. One of those where they probably would go like, oh, the coach is going like, no, no. And then to make it, and you're like, okay, that's fine. We hear that line of commentary a lot in random rosters. All right, Golden Gophers, final shot up. It's good. 1.2 seconds left. He buries the 3. The Cougars will take a timeout. The ball does not advance. And they tried to throw it up the floor. It's deflected. And that will do it. All right. There you go. That's an example of a good game. That would be a top 5 contender. It's a clutch shot at the end. One team gets out to a, kind of a bigger lead, but then the other team makes a nice job. It does a nice job to come back. Oh, that was a good one. That was good. That's what we're looking for. NCAA 2005. I'm going to talk on my PlayStation 2 here for a minute. Can you give me some better games like that, please? For the views? All right. Before we jump into our third game, which is going to be Syracuse taking on Alabama, our thumbnail matchup, which I guess I probably should have put last, but whatever. We are going to take a look at both Sections 2 and Section 3 of March Mascot Madness. I have a personal pick here for our 9th game of the tournament, which will be game number 1 of Part 2. That'll be up Monday, March 4th. It is my brother and I used to have NCAA Football 2001, which is probably a game that I still have to this day. And it is the Tennessee-Texas matchup. This was always the matchup that we would play. I think I always just ran a triple option against him. So I'd like to put this one in here for fun. So that'll be game number 1. Then we'll have Syracuse. They will be visiting, and we'll give them as much screen time as possible because they are delightful. They are taking on the Colorado Buffaloes, Coach Prime himself. Colorado Buffaloes, they'll be hosting. Then, another team that we'll see a little bit later, the Wisconsin Badgers. They will be on the road to face the New Mexico Lobos. This is kind of a LMN. Okay, there we go. New Mexico Lobos, they're the home team. That one's a little odd. I don't know why the tongue's out. It's very weird. Next up will be Louisville. They'll be hosting. Louisville is like the dominant team in this. I feel like I should tell that, even if I am trying to get through this kind of quickly. Louisville is the dominant team in this. You saw Ohio and Memphis both use a full court press, but they used it to, 1, varying degrees of success, and 2, inconsistently. Louisville plays full court press the entire time. The entire time. It is so good. I thought about just changing how they run their offense or their defense. It is so overpowered. So Louisville is, and I don't want to lead you astray, but Louisville has won a number of tournaments, and they're also why I kept needing to switch the games around, because they were just too good. Southern Mississippi. Oh, I guess North Carolina is the other team here. They are a traditional college basketball power, though I don't think they've done a ton of damage here in March Mascot Madness. So we are going to go from North Carolina. We're going to go over to South Carolina. The Gamecocks. They will host another team that has South in it, and that is Southern Mississippi, the Golden Eagles, taking on the Gamecocks. All right, let's see. Then we're going. Shout out to Sam Houston State. They're not in the game. They did sub in once. They're pretty good. They were one of the teams I just had to cut. We could probably get rid of another team and sub them in, but where are we? Marquette. That's where we're going. We're going to Marquette. The Golden Eagles. They'll be the home team, and they will welcome in Boomer Sooner, Oklahoma. The Sooners there. Then we're going all the way back to the A's, Arizona. The Wildcats, with their pirate hat. They will host a team that I thought about throwing in this tournament, in this hype stream. The Cincinnati Bearcats. I feel like they're kind of a popular. I don't know if they're a popular one, but I do like their mascot. This is a good matchup here. And this next matchup will end out round number 3. We'll go ahead and throw in the Golden Bears. I love the smile there. Golden Bears, the home team, and they will welcome the Utah State Aggies. Utah State Aggies taking on Colorado. That'll wrap up day number 2 on March 4th, 2024. We are going now into day number 3, so this is nice and palindromic, and I'm not ending on just me talking about this and then like we're ending with gameplay and then a brief outro. Game number 17, we're going Georgetown, the Hoyas, and this is going to be kind of a gray matchup. I should probably look into this a little bit more. That way it's not such a color problem. I noticed that in the last game as well. I was like, oh, Butch and the Minnesota mascot are kind of similar. Like, it's a lot of the same color happening. I know that there's white versus gold in that last game, and it's kind of white versus red here, so it's probably not as bad, but it is something I should keep in mind moving forward, because I'm sure that it can be tricky to track, and I'm sure it'll be tricky at times to commentate. Alabama, a big favorite here, especially in my apartment, because we both love elephants. Florida, a mascot that I really like. I like the Florida Gators mascot a lot. They are coming to Spokane to face the Gonzaga Bulldogs, a mascot I don't love. It's honestly, it's the collar. Don't like that one at all. That'll be game 2 of day number 3. Fan favorite Ohio hosts Kentucky in, oh God, boy, go Bobcats there. That'll be the third game? 1, 2, yeah. Game number 3 of day number 3. That'll be up March 10th. So there you go, game 3. Whew. Everybody brace yourself. So we have another fan favorite here, and that is the Northwestern Wildcats. Very cute, very, very cute, and they are playing local nightmare, Nebraska. I hate this mascot. I don't know why they're in here. Nebraska is an excellent candidate to sub out for Sam Houston State. But we have Northwestern taking on Nebraska. And if Northwestern and Ohio win, that would give you this matchup, which would be delightful. Instead, it's that. We also, oh man, this is a hot little run of mascots here. My goodness. Shoot, I lost it. Okay. Oh, they're the away team. Let's go over to the W's. Weber State. And they're going to be taking on Missouri. Every time I do this one, I tweet at Greg Miller. I'm like, hey, Missouri's playing. Your Truman Tiger, stupid Tiger's playing. Wear some pants, idiot. So there you go. Weber State taking... At least the Wildcat had the decency to put on some dang clothes. That's a good one. There are a lot of the mascots that I like or find funny in this little stretch, and that is going to continue as we look at... That's right, the Tulsa Golden Hurricanes. I love the Golden Hurricanes, and this is a good matchup. I like this matchup a lot because they are playing the Maryland Terrapins, and it's MAY. This one is just a good matchup. I like Turtles. I like the Golden Hurricanes. It's kind of a coin flip matchup for me. I usually put Tulsa in the second round because I like Tulsa's mascot that much. But going up against a Turtle or Terrapin, it's a good one. And we're not done yet with the mascots that are either funny or weird or wild. That's right. The East Tennessee State Buccaneers. They are the away team in the next matchup, and they are taking on the Iowa State Cyclones. And that, unbelievably, I forgot it was so creepy, smile. So there you have it. And to round out day number 3, we have the Yosemite Sam match itself. It'll be the UNLV Runnin' Rebels taking on the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Now, I do fully admit that you could throw Oklahoma State into this kind of matchup here. I don't think it's quite as good. But this one looks good. So there's your Yosemite Sam matchup. Texas Tech taking on UNLV. Hopefully I covered all of them. If I missed any of them, I do apologize. But there you have it. That covers us through the first 3 days. Let's move on to game number 3. So that it's a palindrome, just for me. And we are going to go to Alabama to watch the Crimson Tide play in orange. That's right, it is the Syracuse Orange taking on Alabama in game number 3. I said that we were going to maybe change the camera up. I like this camera angle a lot. A lot. When we're done with this game, I'll give you the last 8 matchups of the first round. Hopefully all of that ran okay. My computer seems to have been running a little bit hot. I don't know, specifically with PS2 stuff where the CPU gets a little high and it does tend to lock up. So hopefully there aren't any like drop frames or anything too bad there. I love this matchup so much. It is the Syracuse Orange. It is the Alabama Crimson Tide. I only handpick a handful of matchups, and whoever's winning the tip in these games here, getting off to a really nice start. I handpicked the Apple Cup. I handpicked the final game of the tournament, the Yosemite Sam matchup, and then the Tennessee-Texas matchup. Otherwise, sometimes I just try to position either teams that I think people like or would like, or the sillier matchups. I try to position those more toward like the front of the video for thumbnail stuff. Ooh, Alabama. Oh, that's actually out of bounds. That animation is going to confuse me for the entire tournament. It could be a foul. It could be out of bounds. Who's it going to be out of bounds on? I don't know. It's a mess. But Syracuse off to a strong start. 5-2 lead. We're heading to Wisconsin next. There's a nice 3 from Alabama and buries it from the corner. And in his face and everything. Alabama performs all right in the tournament. Syracuse has gone, I believe Syracuse went to the finals one year? Or they went deep. Because we're going to do a 3rd place game as well. So that every video is 8 games. And I think Syracuse either went to the 3rd place game. Oh, there it is. The big athletic basket right there. They're going to count that and 1. Bama with its first lead of the game, 8-7. See a little full court pressure. It's been surprisingly popular today. Not that many teams use it. Of course, I haven't used this particular game in about 6 years. Up over the outstretched, not trunks, but arms of the elephant. And the shot's a little off because of it. Flip pass inside into a double team. They're going to call the foul before the shot. These excellent replays. Are they going to call that a basket? Wait, hold on. Did we really? Oh my God, that was horrifying. They are going to call that a shot. That was very weird. That glitch does not typically happen. I'll have to go in and try and find that one frame. Syracuse brings it up down 4. Bama with a couple and 1 opportunities and executing nicely. It is the Syracuse offense. I'll most likely have the game audio up pretty loud. I like the balance with the crowd pretty high. Nice couple of shots there from Alabama. Great defense. It was like a couple okay looks for Alabama and just terrific defense from the Syracuse Orange, who seem to be stuck in a glitch here. One of the big problems with this game is that, and we haven't seen it in these games that we've done today. Nice feed inside. If the player gets locked up right where in this area where this replay is taking place, they'll dribble the ball until the shot clock hits like 3 or 2, and the shot is just too consistently made, and it's hard to find like any sort of hey, here's the best sliders or whatnot. Because this is like very early internet. We kick into the corner. We get the advantage of having the home team shooting the three, so the crowd goes, 3! It's up and in. Bama 14, Syracuse 10 over and back. It's going to be Alabama ball. They are very quick about getting the basketball down. Number 5, that shot was wide right the whole time. There's a 3 for Syracuse. The tip is no good. He gets the ball back. It looks like it's a little bit short. A whole mess of elephants and oranges there, and the oranges prevail on that possession. Making it a 14-12 game. Step up, but blocked. Kick into the corner. Trying to drive inside. It's a double team. Gets the block shot back. Finds a little bit of room and swishes it home. 16-12. Syracuse doing a good job. Both teams actually doing a good job responding to each other. Syracuse doing a good job of staying in this game. And this first half breezes by. Winding down to 1 minute remaining in the first half. Thought he had the angle there and the positioning matchup in his advantage, or to his advantage, but instead passed it back. It leads to a turnover. Syracuse, there's that kick that you're looking for. You run it along the baseline, you get out kind of that wing spot, pop a 3. Instead, it's well defended by Alabama. They find a nice feed inside. We are tied at 16. 2 quick passes inside, and there's another 3-pointer and 1 opportunity for the Alabama Crimson Tide, going 3 the old way. Up, and it is good. I guess you're kind of late into the video now, but there is the bracket reveal stream that is exclusively looking at the bracket. It's a little, I try to go a little more in depth on it, but this was a hard one to do because I have not done the tournament in a while, so having the records and stuff wasn't, I don't know where those notes would be. Likely I'll have to do it next time because it'll be March Mascot Madness number 5. This one's number 4. A couple September Mascot Madness tournaments as well. If you'd like to look at those, I believe 2 of them. 2 shots up and good for Syracuse. 15.7 to go and a 1-point Bama lead. Opening a little pressure, try to trap in the corner. Final seconds tick away as number 5 gets blocked. They're going to go for the center. It's blocked. Syracuse defense doing an absolutely fantastic job. Alabama keys it in from the side, and we are underway in the second half. Bama 19, Syracuse 18. A couple good games here to hopefully get you enticed to watch more of this stuff. Nice look at a 3, but couldn't drain it. It wasn't the cleanest look. It was good, but there were a couple of defenders kind of in the area. Either team getting off to a good start here in the second half. Both had some hotter hands at the beginning of the game. Nice movement there. Syracuse regains the lead, 20-19. Bounce pass inside to the center. Blocked yet again by Syracuse, and yet again, the loose ball is grabbed by Alabama. It's a bad run by the Syracuse defense. It probably would have been Alabama ball anyway, so I guess it would be a bad run by the Alabama offense. Alabama has possession. Going for that three. It's short. The tip-in is up and good, though. Bama takes the lead back by one, 21-20. Baseline Bandit steals a possession away from the Syracuse Orange, and Alabama wings it down the field. Or court, excuse me. Into the corner for the point guard. There's a nice three, and Alabama has a 4-point lead through the double team. That is a horrendous turnover. I probably should work on the words that I'm using to describe these things. It's a really bad turnover by the Syracuse Orange. They're going to the corner. They're looking for maybe a three or to at least get a two and retake the lead by one. There's a nice run, a nice offensive play run by Syracuse. A great offensive rebound and a terrific job drawing the foul. It'll put them on the line for two. But just the pass just a little too deep into the corner there. He caught it, but just stepped out of bounds. Leads to a three on the other end, but a good job to get two back. 24-22 under three to go. Good job by Alabama to pass back to number 4. Oh, another and one. It is quite surprising how many and one opportunities the Alabama Crimson Tide have had in today's game. It was short, and they're going to get... Oh, it's just blocked. Okay. Wasn't sure if that was going to be a foul. The first time that they have not been able to convert that three-point play today. And they almost managed to make it a 4-point play. Not somehow, because you know how they would get it. But you get it. Two quick passes inside, off the front iron, but the offensive rebound is up and in, and we had another three-point opportunity here for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Foul trouble typically not an issue in these games. I don't know that we've even had anybody fouled out. Maybe if it went to overtime and they were doing the like extend the game sort of thing, maybe, but I can't recall. I feel like that would stick out a little bit more because it is a non-factor. Ooh, that is a beautiful feed. Lovely bounce pass. Syracuse needed those points. The lead had ballooned to 7. Now it's down to 5. Under 2 minutes. Syracuse just needs a good stop. There's a good start, but it's out of bounds, and it'll stay Alabama ball. There's a big three for Alabama. It's long. Nice rebound by Syracuse. They'll bring the ball up the floor. Kind of a dangerous pass there. A little bit of a wild pass. Maybe not dangerous, but definitely not crisp. Like the crisp, refreshing oranges from Syracuse Orange. Alabama brings it up the floor. Up by 3. Alabama's offense has done a good job keeping the lead for the better part of this game. They did fall behind a little bit, but it wasn't by much. A couple free throws are up, and that pushes the lead up and good. Lead is out to 5 now. All right, Syracuse. That was a good start. I was going to say two good offensive possessions, 1 good defensive stop right here. Cut this down to a 1-point game. Then you can start kind of what I think is really playing the free throw thing, and they jump. They're going to give them a timeout. They're going to give them the timeout. They must have patched this game. I don't remember that happening a lot in the older tournaments, but second time we've seen a team save a possession by calling a timeout. Ooh, and then they almost gave it away with a backcourt violation. That is a fantastic find inside. Alabama's been a little leaky in the paint there. So there you go. There's your one good. So there's your great offensive possession. Your good defensive stop. Another great offensive possession. Alabama needed a response, but they could not come up with it. Syracuse takes another timeout. I don't remember these running so laggy. I am using a PS2 version of the game. That could be the difference. Xbox is the more powerful of the two systems, even if the PlayStation 2 was the far more popular between the two. Syracuse driving inside under 24 seconds. Got over the shoulder that was down. You can see him with the left hand up. He dropped it over the right shoulder. And that gives Syracuse a late lead. 20 seconds to go. Nice pass inside. Off the glass, but short. The offensive rebound is up, but no good. They don't get the foul. They have one more opportunity. 3, 2. Oh, it got blocked, and the Syracuse Orange are going to steal a game away here in Alabama. Another fantastic finish. Oh, Alabama had multiple opportunities. Alabama, I thought, did a really good job with the offensive glass. They were able to get a lot of second chance points and or draw the foul and get the opportunity for the three-point play, but they can't get the shot. It seemed like their offense kind of really sputtered towards the end of the game. Syracuse found a couple of cracks in the defense, some vacated spaces, and that will do it. All right, let's take a look at your final. It was a really good game, though. Really, really good game. Let's take a look at your final 8 matchups here in March Mascot Madness. I'm actually going to move this over here so I can keep an eye on the... Yeah, the CPU does not like what I'm doing. That's okay. It doesn't have to hold out for long. Mascot game. It's not that it has to hold out. It's just I got to get this thing. Ugh. I gotta find a suitable replacement. All right, game number 1. We are going to be looking at some more nightmare fuel, everyone, so cover your eyes as we look at the Clemson Tigers. Clemson Tigers, your home team, and they will be taking on the UCLA Bruins. There they are. See how you can make like that photo, that pose look nice? Clemson, take notes. We will move on to Kansas after that. G-H-I-J. Kansas, the Jayhawks. The Big Beak Boys. Taking on Arkansas. Oh, that's... Okay. Thank you. I probably said that in the last video. Arkansas and Kansas. The random picker has been getting the better of me. The list mixer gave me a couple of real good matchups here. We have one of the better matchups coming up here, and it is the Oregon Ducks. And they are taking on a team that I really like. I don't know who I would pick between these two, because I like both of these teams. I like both of these mascots, at least. The Temple Owls will go to visit Oregon in the 3rd game of day 4. That'll be up on the 18th of March. And then we'll have Minnesota, who we'll actually be looking at here in just a minute, as this will be our 4th and final game. Will be Minnesota and Oregon. I think it's, or not Minnesota. Sorry, it's Wisconsin. I got confused. My bad. Minnesota is going to be taking on BC, Boston College. Now the Baylor Bears. I remember when I was doing this, I was like, there's some mascots we haven't seen yet. Are they in the thing? Minnesota taking on Boston College right there. Temple was one that I looked at earlier today, and I was like, are they on this bracket? They are. Villanova, the Wildcats. They will be taking on some Tigers in the form of the Auburn Tigers. We'll move to Baylor, who was a team I looked at just a second ago and went, are they? They were what spurred that thought. The Baylor Bears are going to be taking on the Oregon State Beavers, who honestly a little flat-faced in this game. They just seem like they got run over by a car or something. Very weird. Iowa is our next participant here. The Hawkeyes. And they will be taking on the North Carolina State Wolfpack. And finally, it's the game. It is Stanford. It is Ohio State. Buckeyes, Cardinal. They round it out every year. Final game of the first round. I'm pretty sure they're probably the thumbnail image for every round 4 or part 4 video. But there you go. So let's jump into to one more game here. I believe we're going to Wisconsin to watch this happen. Okay. Good. Excellent. Excellent. We are indeed Oregon taking on Wisconsin. I'm going to move my thing back over. Oregon. Wisconsin. Badgers, Ducks. And this will be our 4th and final game. Hopefully you filled out a bracket. Ideally, we just kind of watch follow along with the first round and then kind of just go from there. Or if you see a team that you like and you want to see them go far, there you go. Pull them as far as you want. The tip is won by the Oregon Ducks. The previous 3 teams that have won the tip have scored points on that possession. And that should continue here. Oregon is a team that has a couple missed tournament appearances. There's what I was looking for. Very weird start to the game. It's a foul. They only make 1 of 2. They get an offensive rebound. It's blocked. It's a whole mess. This will be a out of bounds Wisconsin ball because for some reason Oregon went for it. This will be, by the way, a Big Ten matchup regularly with Oregon moving to the Big Ten this fall. Shoot. I lost my thought. Oh no. Badgers working it around, trying to find some room inside. I love the bounce pass outside, just a little to the left. And Oregon holds a 1-0 lead. Batted away. Number 15. Good job by number 12 to pull it back. Looked like they should have had a fast break opportunity, but it did not pan out that way. As we see a little bounce pass inside, beating the defender, and Wisconsin takes the lead 2-1. Sloppy first minute of this game gone. Forward number 1 to point guard number 2. It's yet another foul. Nice job off the screen. That was the part of the replay they showed for some reason, was him just kind of running to a spot. Oregon with an opportunity to polish off a 3-point play. They do so successfully, and they take a 2-point lead. Wisconsin a little confused. They throw it way up the floor. Looked like he was waiting for someone to come back down, and then the clock internally was ticking down. Like, we got to get it going. Nice block out at the 3-point line. That looked like it was going to be the open 3 that I talk about, and then it wasn't. Oh, Oregon has a few missed tournament appearances. That's what I was talking about. They, for some reason, and I forget the other team, are not in some of the later games that are on PS2. And the PS2 version of this, once you get past like March Madness 07, I think was the first one on the next-gen consoles, those those, for some reason, don't have mascot mode. I don't know why. I think I bought every single one of them, hoping that one of them did, so we were in the HD-averse. Yet another foul? I said that we haven't seen any foul outs, and Wisconsin said, bet. you want. But Oregon's not doing a great job from the free throw line. I believe they're 50%, 2 for 4. 2 quick passes inside. But good defense forces the shot a little high and short. Bounce pass to small forward number 1. And Oregon quickly out to a 6-point lead here. So I think, like, Sam Houston State's been in a couple tournaments in some of the later NCAA games, which would be like the March and September Mascot Madnesses from like 2019, 2020. I did them that year, which I believe I did. Bounce pass inside to a hook shot. The hook shot's no good, but they get the offensive rebound. The putback's no good, they get the offensive rebound. They finally get it. Third time is the charm for these Oregon Ducks. 12-4. Don't want to end on a dud, but at least you're not waiting for another section of the bracket to be shown. Don't want to be bookended with bad games, but this Wisconsin Badgers team, 4 straight missed field goals, and it's not like that was a good look. Just can't get it to fall. They're on their home floor too. If you're going to dip out because this game isn't competitive, hey, I get it. Tournament starts Sunday. Hopefully we'll see you there. If you're new, subscribe. Ring the bell. March is going to have a lot of sports content on the channel. We'll have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday will basically be like 3.5-hour sports videos. We have spring training running in MLB The Show. People have been very supportive of that, which has been nice. Put up a new taste test yesterday for the KFC Cheesa. People have been enjoying that, so thank you so much for watching all of it. I'll likely be adding more of the fast food stuff into the taste test series, and they might go up just kind of random days. I probably won't put them up on Sunday because then it'd be 2 in a row. But if there's like a Wednesday, Sunday, Monday, or a Monday, Wednesday slot open, and there's some good stuff coming out. They have like an orange dreamsicle Frosties coming out that I'm excited about. Oregon running the 3 points, the 3-point special here to perfection. Under 30 seconds to go, and Wisconsin just been out of this game since the beginning. They're doing a good job, though. They're fighting back a little bit. This could be an interesting example of one of the more common types of games that we see Oregon say. We'll just use this as an example. They've raced out to an 8-point lead when it's 15-7. Wisconsin's able to cut it down to 6, but they can't get their defense to get in place. And they keep kind of fluctuating between a 6 and 8-point deficit. That's kind of just how it goes. They maybe make a run at it, but they can't get past a certain deficit, say 3 points, for example, and then they get as close as 3, and then it balloons back to 8, and then it just stays that way. We see those games pretty frequently. But Wisconsin has a great opportunity to cut this down. Ooh, we have a player injury for number 54. There are injuries in these games. They will only affect the one game. It doesn't matter. We do get these delightful injury scenes. They're only delightful because they're mascots. And by the way, if you'd actually like to watch mascots play sports, the NHL does a mascot showdown where the mascots actually play hockey. It is very fun. We watched the whole highlight reel. It was awesome. Wisconsin doing a good job on defense to keep themselves in this game. Center trying to find some space between 2 defenders. The block goes out of bounds. It'll stay on this end of the floor. There's a quick pass and a bad shot. They're going to try and put it back up. It's not a great look either. Wisconsin's really trying to force the ball into the paint and just get the point-blank shots. But if it's not there, they're not passing out of those situations. Nice block by the Wisconsin Badgers on the defensive side. That one goes out of bounds, so it'll stay on this end of the floor. Ducks working around. I think that was blocked or tipped by somebody. Final few seconds of the shot clock ticking away, and Oregon turns the ball over. And here's that number 4. They have not been able to get it closer, and they're wasting good defensive possessions. Well, he was going to have it, and then the Oregon Ducks getting away again. 5 straight misses for this ice-cold Badgers team. Number 1 drains the 3, and that is what you're talking about. It's a good defensive possession. You maybe get a bounce your way, but the offense has missed so many shots consecutively that you're just not able to cut into that lead. Even if you go 1 for 5, you can slice it down just a little bit, 2 more points. Then you're moving between 2 and 4 points instead of 4 and 6 point deficits. And that was a nice 3, a big 3, an important 3 by Wisconsin. Are they going to give up one on the other end? They do not. They gave up the look, but the look was not, they weren't able to connect on it. 18-14, 2 quick passes inside, trying to fake them one way, trying to shoot into the double team. It's blocked. Again, just stuck at that 4-point deficit. The steal, though, was huge. Unfortunately, it went to the center. Center, not the speediest guy on the floor, so hard for him to run the fast break. It's a good job, though, to create the possession. It's up and in, and the Wisconsin Badgers with an opportunity at a 3-point play. We are inside that Oregon Duck. The shot is up and good. This is what you hope for. You want to see the teams make a run at it, get the game close. I thought number 4 was going to run all the way to the corner, look for that open 3, but stopped in the middle of that situation. 8 for 17 for Oregon. Wisconsin, a brutal 6 for 21. Yikes. Still only down 3. I guess I should say somehow only down 3. 13 foul for Oregon. Can't get the free throw made. 1:46 to go here in the second. They're 0 for 2 from the line. Disaster striking for the Wisconsin Badgers. That was such a good opportunity to cut this down to 1. Another turnover. Good job by the center there. And maybe a better job there by point guard number 12 to slow it down. Quick passes inside. Trying to get it over the defender, but the shot is airmailed. We're back up the floor the other way. I wasn't trying to commentators curse Wisconsin, but it kind of worked out. Shot is long. Important defensive rebound. 1:10 to go in the second half of our final game. Quick passes inside. Again, 2 defenders, and again, they don't pass out of it. It's not blocked, but the shots are ugly. And there's the 3 that should just about do it. It just felt like it was a matter of time before Oregon was going to start walking away with this one. Wisconsin did a good job to put up a fight, but that's exactly what I was talking about. The lead sits at one spot. It's 3 points for multiple possessions. Gets pushed out to 6. They cut it down to like 4. It gets pushed out to 7. They just can't get past a certain hurdle. There's a 3 for Wisconsin short. We'll, for the first time today, we will see the foul game. They got to get to like 6 or 7 fouls. So it's a little unfortunate. Oh, tipped away out of bounds. Ooh, couldn't get the bounce. Oregon's not been great from the free throw line, so this is one of the better, feels like it's one of the better opportunities for them to try and make a comeback here. You got to trade 3s for 2s, or you can trade 2 for 1 if you want. Blocked by Oregon. And I think Wisconsin will let it go. They're at least trying to force a turnover there. But they are not fouling. Wisconsin with probably the worst showing of the day. And that will do it. 24-17, your final from Wisconsin. Bad free throw shooting, bad field goal percentages. Just felt like everything about that game was bad. So there you have it. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. We will be back Sunday with more March Mascot Madness. You have an additional 24 hours. 24 hours to fill out a bracket. I was originally going to have this done on the 28th. Or the 29th, excuse me, at 6 p.m. Pacific time. But you now have until Friday, March 1st, 6 p.m. Pacific time. That is when I will close the bracket, because I will be recording this video offline. Do not look at the bracket unless you don't care about knowing the scores. Obviously, please do not spoil any of them in the comments. I will be looking. Be cool. Normally, these are streamed on Twitch, and then they are posted later, but I don't have those capabilities at the moment. Still looking at laptops or desktops that will suit the needs that I have for the types of content that I make. Even if I get a desktop, I should still be able to use my computer or my laptop for other things. Maybe I can reformat the hard drive or figure it out and whatever. Doesn't matter. That's behind the scenes problems. This was going to be kind of the comeback thing. Didn't really work that way, but that's okay. That's okay. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes it doesn't. I appreciate you watching. Thank you so much for hanging out. I will see you Sunday. I was going to tell you that I appreciate you watching again. And I was like, you just said that. But I will see you Sunday for March Mascot Madness Tournament. Game number 1. Subscribe right over here. You can ring the bell down below. You'll be notified when I post new videos. We got baseball coming up later tonight. We'll have a taste test on Saturday. All the good stuff. You can watch more March Mascot Madness or September Mascot Madness. And the tournaments here. Fill out a bracket using this video. I was going to put it over there, but either way, see you later. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. Good sports.